In this video, we're going to talk about error code EC in air conditioning units. This code appears quite frequently across different brands, but its meaning can vary. To get ahead of the explanation, we can say that in most brands, error code EC in inverter units is related to gas leakage. However, in non-inverter units, while it can also mean refrigerant loss, it may also be triggered by electrical or electronic failures. To make things clearer, we have grouped the possible meanings by similarity, and we'll show you which brands share the same issues. Meaning number 1, and the most common one, is that code EC is related to refrigerant gas leakage, low charge, or insufficient refrigerant levels. This prevents the air conditioner from cooling properly, and can even damage the compressor if not detected or corrected in time. What causes it? Gas leaks can happen due to cracked pipes, loose valves, or simply wear and tear in the fittings, with small leaks developing over time. Brands that associate code EC with leaks or low pressure include: Carrier defines code EC as a possible refrigerant leak that may damage the compressor. Pioneer, in some models, defines code EC as a possible refrigerant leak and recommends checking for loose connections. Medea, in some specific models, associates code EC with refrigerant pressure problems, whether due to shortage, leaks, or other failures. Samsung states that code EC indicates a refrigerant leak or low charge, affecting performance. For LG, code EC relates to low refrigerant charge, and in some models, it's also related to compressor faults. Lennox, Perfect Air, and Mirage associate code EC directly with low refrigerant levels. York, in inverter models, usually shows code EC when there's a circuit issue due to refrigerant loss. Accent Air associates code EC with abnormally low pressure. What to do if you see code EC and suspect a leak? A. First, turn off the unit to avoid further damage. B. Then, disconnect the unit from power for about 10 minutes and turn it back on. C. If the error returns, clean the air filter of the indoor unit and check the temperature sensor's position for stability. D. If the code still shows up, don't ignore it. Refrigerant leaks must be located and repaired by a technician. Look for oil stains on the pipes as an indicator of leaks, then proceed to recharge the gas. Meaning number 2 of code EC is related to electronic control board problems. In many cases, this includes communication errors between indoor and outdoor units, voltage surges from the external power supply, damaged components on the board, such as the compressor relay in non-inverter units. If this relay fails, power won't reach the compressor. Examples by brand. A. For Daikin, only some models associate EC with a control board failure. It's not a standard code in most of their systems. B. For Trane, code EC appears when the evaporator is not cooling, possibly due to a board issue. C. For Medea, In their multi-split systems, EC means that the master unit does not detect the slave units properly. What should you do? A. First, turn off the unit to avoid further damage. B. Disconnect the power for about 10 minutes, then restart the system. C. If the issue continues, clean the filters and check the electrical connections and sensor placement. D. If the problem persists, and with the unit powered off, inspect the indoor control board. Check the sensor connections to the board. In non-inverter units, locate the compressor relay. Meaning number 3 of code EC is related to compressor or capacitor failures. Another possible cause is a fault in the compressor or its start capacitor. When these components fail, the system can't compress the gas, and cooling stops. This issue has been reported in A. For LG, technicians suggest that a defective capacitor can prevent the compressor from starting. B. For Panasonic, code EC has also been seen due to a faulty outdoor fan capacitor. C. For York, especially in inverter models, code EC is associated with compressor problems. D. For Medea, in some models, EC is triggered by outdoor fan capacitor failure. Meaning number 4. Less common issues. There are special cases where code EC has other meanings. For example, in Mitsubishi, EC may indicate that the startup time has been exceeded. What to do if you can't find the meaning of code EC for your air conditioner brand? A. If no clear cause is found, turn off and disconnect the unit for several minutes to see if the error disappears. B. If the error comes back, check and clean the filters. Use warm water and mild soap, and do it at the recommended intervals. Also, verify if the compressor manages to run for a few minutes before the code appears. If so, the problem may be a gas leak. C. If the unit is non-inverter and the compressor does not start, suspect a compressor capacitor failure. D. If the unit is non-inverter and the compressor starts, but the outdoor fan does not, suspect a fan capacitor failure. E. In many brands, fault detection relies on comparing temperature sensor readings. If you have a digital multimeter, disconnect the temperature sensors and, using the resistance scale, K-omega, measure the sensor value. It should match the catalog value at that temperature. If no catalog is available, touch the sensor with your hand repeatedly. The multimeter reading should drop in response to the heat.